What's up, guys? It's MamaDeadHead and Athena here, and we are back with another video. She's whispering right beside me, guys, so she's probably gonna be in this. Oh, you can kind of see her. So this video is long overdue, and it is going to be why I like villains, why I like the whispers, because I think that they kind of go hand in hand of if I really like villains, then I think that the whispers are kind of like an ideal group to like. So I'm going to go over why I like villains first, and then the whispers in particular second. So the first thing that I want to say is obviously my video or my reaction with the Beta and Daryl fight got a lot of attention. Whether it be negative or positive, I think it's pretty funny, honestly. There's a lot of dislikes if you go to the video, tons of dislikes and tons of really angry comments. A lot of like the more like name-cally death threat comments have been deleted from it just because I feel like there's no place for that on my channel. So if you comment something like that, prepare to be blocked and gone, honestly. But I want to address some of those hate comments first because I know that a lot of people are probably going to watch this video that came from that just to particularly hate on this. And obviously, if you are a genuine like subscriber and you really want to know about this, you're going to hang on until the end. Someone that hates my videos isn't going to do that. They don't have that big of an attention span when it comes to me, so I might as well just like address it first so that if they're watching, they can maybe know some insight first off if they don't immediately dislike by what I just said. So, and leave. So the first thing that I want to say is I got a lot of comments of like she doesn't really dislike Daryl. She just wants to be like cool and edgy and like root for the villain, like stuff like that. So I think that I got one comment in particular. I mean, I get comments all the time that are like, you're annoying, dislike, that type of thing, which I really don't care. But there was one in particular that was like a combination of like all I said. They were like, it's so annoying how people just want to be cool and edgy and like a villain or root for the villain or something like that. So to the people that have that mindset, please understand that The Walking Dead is an anomaly with characters that I like. Normally, I love the villain or the anti-hero. That's just who I am. So, sorry for the shaking. So, if you want to dislike me and think I'm annoying because I rooted for Beta, make sure that you dislike me and think I'm annoying as a person because that's who I am. Obviously, I don't appear to be the type of person that is always rooting for the good guy. If you want to be stereotypical in the way that you like think about me or talk about me or like whenever you watch my channel, hate me for a certain reason, I'm obviously not like a sweet little pop music preppy type person. Are you looking at the same person saying that I'm trying to be any certain way? Do you think that I appear this way or I've made my appearance this way because I'm trying to be edgy and cool? I've always been like this. So that's why I say if you want to dislike me or think I'm annoying for like that particular reason, make sure that it's at least being annoying and hating me as a person and not in this specific circumstance. I'm going to throw up some pictures. I'm throwing up some pictures. I'll make sure that I have dates on them. But you will see me in high school with emo hair, high school with, I mean, I don't really have too many pictures before that, but I can assure you, I have a 13 tattoo for the bisexual character in House because I adore this character. This is going to be like a movie TV theme sleeve, and this is what I started it with. My other tattoo that I have on my thigh that you guys can see in a lot of my reaction videos says, "We're not too far gone with Michonne's katana." So it's a Walking Dead tattoo, and if you think about it, that is an episode that Evil won. Evil beheaded my favorite character in that episode. So this is literally a part of who I am. I have on like really crappy black nail polish right now because I don't care to fix it. Because that's not a thing that I really care about. Oh, I need to have like my nails and everything looking great. I have a shaved portion of my head. If you look, you can clearly tell by the fact that this earlobe is a little bit lower. I had it nearly ripped, an earring nearly ripped out when I was like 5. You can tell that I've had gauges for the majority of my life. I just took them out because I didn't want this earlobe to like fully rip. I'm wearing, well now I can't see, but I'm wearing black eyeliner, and in a lot of these pictures you're gonna see that like this is a general theme of like who I am. And you can see my hair, I don't know if you can really tell in videos, but it's actually quite purple, if you can see it in real life. And just so you guys know, if I'm some kind of bandwagon Ryan Hurst fan, I've had this lanyard in a lot of my videos for like years. I love Sons of Anarchy. Look at my keychain. I have Kingdom, Walking Dead right here. I have a super edgy, spiky cat because I want to be edgy. No, it's for self-defense if somebody tries to mess with me or my kid in the parking lot. Sons of Anarchy. A mouse. Like literally my lanyard. But yeah, okay, in just this one particular scenario, I'm obviously trying to be cool and edgy. No. If you're gonna hate me for having an opinion on the Whispers that you guys don't approve of, then at least hate me as a person, because that's just who I am. That's honestly the only thing that even bothered me out of all these comments, because I'm comfortable with who I am. And a lot of people that watch my videos know me and know the type of characters that I like. So when I like this person, and I've liked Beta since before Beta was even talked about being in the show. I've talked about that before. I even talked about Ryan Hurst being cast as Beta because I thought it was perfect. Come on. Just come on. Okay, now getting into like the main portion, what you guys really, really want to know about. And the first thing that I'll start with is villains and my typical type of character that I like. So, with that being said, out of The Walking Dead, Fear, and the comics, I'm going to name my favorite characters. And hopefully you can see the trend among the three. Walking Dead, King Ezekiel. Fear the Walking Dead, Strand. I wish I had my autographed picture right here of Coleman. I would put it up. Let's just pretend. And then comics, Princess. Now, what do all of these characters have in common? They have big personalities. They command attention. At least in my eyes, they command attention. So when those three characters are in a room or on a panel or in a video together in an episode, you guys know what I'm talking about, my eye is drawn to them. I want to know what they are saying. They say really funny stuff. They say interesting stuff. They're not boring in any way to me. So they just like command that attention. And that's what I really like in a character. Now, for some characters, they might be good or evil, but they don't really do that. I like a charismatic character. So for example, I really like Negan. I really like Beta. I really like Alpha. But a villain I do not like is the Governor. Now, I think that he's a charming person, but I think that there's a difference between a bad villain character that I like and one that I don't. And that is their openness with being a villain. I like Negan, I like Beta because you know what their main objective is. They are there to screw with you. They are there to mess up whatever plans that you have. They are there to be a bad guy, and they will tell you, I am here to be a bad guy. I am here with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, and if you make any move, I'm going to kill another one of your people. I'm going to bash your head in with a baseball bat. What I dislike about the Governor is that you can be best friends with him and still be screwed. Like, he had absolutely, like, no sense of loyalty whatsoever. And I think that, just in my opinion, that's a more scary villain. I would put the Governor at being scarier than Negan and Beta because you really, truly never know what to expect. I like a character that you know what to expect. Now, when it comes to villains, and when it comes to, like, I don't know how to put this. Like, the range of characters that I do like. Let's just say good guys, complex guys that are naturally good, and villains and anti-heroes. On that spectrum, my favorite type of character is anti-hero. But if I had to go one step down, it would probably be like anti-hero, villain, sorry for the shaking, villain, complex, and good guy. That's kind of how my rankings would go. Alright guys, I'm gonna have her in my lap because I don't want you guys getting so distracted with her running around. But obviously I can like characters of all of those categories, considering I have the dead last category being good guy, and my favorite on the show right now is King Ezekiel, and it really depends on the character and the nature of them and like who they are. But really, I would probably consider the big booming personality or like the commanding of a room to be like the #1 thing that I like in a character. Not so much like villain or anti-hero. But I do want to say, The Walking Dead is an anomaly. It's something special. I really don't typically like good guys. It's just not a character trait that really gets me excited. You know, like we deal with like friends and family that are supposed to be like good people, or like strangers you meet, or just like people you meet along the way. They're all good. A good villain is exciting to me, and it's very, very interesting, and that's kind of what I put at the top of my list. So one good example with proving that The Walking Dead is an anomaly is my favorite, absolute favorite character in Supernatural, which is a show, by the way, that I love probably on equal terms with The Walking Dead. I just don't really talk about it a lot. In Supernatural, I don't know if I just said that. Sorry, I got confused. My favorite character in Supernatural is Crowley. I adore Crowley. And as a matter of fact, if I don't get my clear tattoo next, the next one that I have in mind is a rat/mouse, which, if you guys watch Supernatural, it's a Crowley reference. So I adore him, and he is definitely 100% anti-hero, in my opinion. You could argue that he is 100% villain, but with things that he has done, I think it's just easier to classify him as an anti-hero. Now, one important thing that I want to note is I think with a villain, there is less room for me to judge. Say that we have a good guy here and a villain here. Typically, good guys do good guy things, villains do bad things. If a good guy does a bad thing, you're like, come on, really? You did that? But if a villain does a good thing, you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Why did he do a good thing? Whoa, reason? Why? Exactly. That's what interests me. So, like I said, less judgment when it comes to, like, a good versus bad type thing. So, with all of that being said, the Whisperers, out of all the villains that I have come to know over all of the shows that I've watched, they're special in the way that they are unlike any villain or any villainous group that I've ever seen. Because typically with a villain, they will have something that matters to them. Now, I'm not saying that the Whisperers don't, but it's in a much different way, just in my opinion. So, with the governor, obviously we see this weird love with his daughter. And with his people, to an extent, he can pretend. Whisperers are not about to pretend. Negan obviously cares about his people, whether or not you think that it's in the correct way. He does care for his people. He wants to make sure his people have things, first off. And Lucille, like, they all have this, like, one thing that kind of, like, draws them together. What are you doing? Now, the Whisperers, we saw in this last episode that Beta had this moment with a dying Whisperer that was very interesting, but in a very animalistic kind of way. He's like, you know, we're your people type thing. But he's letting him turn. So that's why I say it's like an animalistic, more instinct type thing, which it's just so interesting. It's so mind-boggling to me, like, the way that these people think and how surely and how confident they do their actions and how much they believe in, like, Alpha. Obviously, you can challenge her, but a lot of people don't, and Beta doesn't either, so it's... I can't explain them. And I'm not about to sit here and be like, I like Whisperers because I think they're truly good in nature. I think they're horrible people. That's why I like them. I really have no other reason other than the fact that they are so interesting. They command attention. They're terrifying. And I think that that is just so interesting. And it just makes all of the other villains, like, pale in comparison to them. Like, there are no other villains that I can really think of that are, like, human. You know, obviously there's, like, sci-fi movies and stuff like that where people think differently, but human. A human that would willingly put down their newborn child in a field to be eaten by walkers. How is that not interesting? I want to know how they got to this point. I want to know how this group was made. I want to know everything about this. Like, that is what is so interesting to me. What are you doing? I love you so much, Goose. But yeah, with that being said, I would never, like, want to be part of the Whisperers or anything like that, or part of a Whisperer-like group. But at the same time, I'm not the type of person that would say I would not fall into that category, because a lot of people would say, oh, I would be like Rick, I would be like Michonne, I would be like this zombie-killing machine. And I can't say that for sure. That's one of the reasons that I really like Morgan as much as I do, because I feel if I lost what Morgan did in the way that he did, I can't see me being, like, very different from what he became, like the clear mode. I get that. I feel that. It's just like we see at the very beginning of The Walking Dead, we see this group that turns into the group we have now with Rick, but at the beginning in that group was Morales, and he became a savior. So I thought that Rick and Morales were, quote, good guys, yet one of those good guys, by some bad turn of something, became a savior. So I'm interested in, like, the journey and development of people, but if they're kind of like a bland, I can expect what they're doing, then it's not really for me. I hope that that makes sense to the folks that are still watching this. And hopefully I have some people that think the same. And I'm not rooting for Beta to be cool and edgy or whatever the comments are saying. I genuinely like Beta. I genuinely like Alpha. I genuinely like the Whisperers. I think that they're an awesome villain group. And just overall, I think it's so unrealistic for the good guys to always be on top. And a lot of people just assume that that's the case. And another thing that I want to address, I did get a lot of comments of, what if Beta kills King Ezekiel? I've read the comics. I don't know what people think of me to think that I read the comics and just, like, left the Pikes out. Like, I don't know. I'm fully prepared for that. Will I be sad? Yeah, I'll be sad, but what? Do I not expect Beta to kill King Ezekiel if he comes across him? No, I'm fully expecting that, and I'm ready for it. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be sad. No, I will still be sad, but I'm still gonna like Beta, because that is his character. Now, if Michonne comes out of nowhere and beheads King Ezekiel, I'm gonna be pissed as crap, and I'm gonna hate her, of course, because that's not what I've come to expect from her character. But that is what I expect from Beta's character. So no, it won't affect me in any way, in any shape or form, liking the Whisperers or the group or anything like that. So hopefully this answers some questions. And I guess just lastly, I will say that if anybody from this point on asks me why I like them, just say, because she can. Because honestly, after seeing a lot of the comments that I did, I really wanted to make this video for the people that follow me that, like, really want to know the answer to this question, because a lot of people have messaged me or commented and been like, hey, why do you like these guys so much? And, like, genuinely want to know an answer. But to the folks that, like, it's just not ever going to get through to them, I don't know. I just wouldn't even go down that path, if that makes sense. I just wouldn't even go, because obviously they're not going to change their opinion of me. I've had some people call into question me as a mother liking villains, me just as a person liking villains, and it's just not, it's two different realms. This is TV. Like, this is TV. If there was a group like that in real life, obviously I would not like them. Come on. Like, some people, they just can't, like, separate fiction from reality, and that's their problem. And if they want to come on my videos and, like, leave hate comments, I see a lot of people sticking up for me, and I genuinely appreciate you guys, because it it does make me a bit happier when I see like a hate comment and I see that there's comments under it and then there's people taking up for me, but at the same time, don't waste your breath. Don't waste your breath. It gave me like little heart flutters to know that people do care about me that much, to think that I would be hurt or offended by some of these comments, and it's just not, because I know who I am. You guys that truly appreciate my content know who I am. Athena knows who I am. So, oh, thank you. I love you. So yeah, obviously I'm not some kind of evil whisperer with her if she will literally do that type of thing, but you know, oh look, it's Bella. Apparently, I'm a bad villain, Bella. You better be careful. Be careful or I'll cut your face off and wear it on mine. That's what people think. No, but yeah, guys, like I said, I genuinely appreciate it. But if anything, if it helps with seeing the negative comments, then I would just say, just think about it this way. They come to a video to purposely hate on me every week. A lot of these people I see like time and time again. So they're coming back knowing that I share different opinions than them, and they are taking time out of their week to, and most of these people do it immediately. So I imagine they are subscribed or have my notifications on or something, and they have that on to purposely come and hate. So what does that say like about their life? Obviously, they're not in a good place if what they choose to do with their free time is with their entertainment that's supposed to be entertaining. They go on someone's video to hate. That really goes for like all trolls. It's just better not to engage with them because it's just not worth it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I love them so much. I'm excited to see where they go. However, I am excited to see the opinion of all the people that support everything and all the choices that good guy characters make whenever this second round comes and consequences are taken for good guy decisions. Will be interesting. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like villains or you like anti-heroes, please comment down below. I would love to hear your opinions. If you don't, if you prefer a good guy character, comment down below still. I'm really, really intrigued as to why people like certain characters and just like kind of bit of like why you like them. Like go into detail. Maybe it's a personal thing, like what happened in your life. I'd love to know. Because I think that the way that I grew up and my feelings kind of bring me to how I see TV shows and how I give a lot of characters a chance to be like a favorite when typically they wouldn't be a favorite. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. And like always, think positive thoughts and send positive vibes. Bye guys. And remember, it's just a TV show. It's not worth all the hate.